Hey, it's Bill. You're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer. We just heard two tracks from Cage, Cold Silence. The songs were Cold Silence, the title track, and I Deny. And if you know anything about my personal history, that I Deny is on my goalie mask on the chin cup. Most people would think it is about playing goal when it's actually a nod to the band Cage. Anyway, there's a reason why we started off with the Cold Silence album. Um, they can't hear you, Utah. We're going to get to that in just a moment. So you are tuned in to the Pennsylvania Rock Show on musicfrom412.com, buildascene.com, rooterooradio.com, megarockradio.net, metalshop101.com, and 107.1 KFGD out of St. Louis, Missouri. I think I got them all. Anyway, with me tonight is my friend Utah, who you're going to see here momentarily. And I feel like we just did this recently.
We've done it a few times over the years. It's been, 21 years? I think we just talked
Yep.
to you on Sunday night on the
Yep.
Grassroots Show. 21 years, yeah.
21 for me and 20 for you, which is what we're celebrating tonight. So my plan was to come out the missing links on Saturday, but I ended up at a campground trying to help my friend figure out everything that was going wrong with his new camper that is 46 years old.
You know, there you go.
Yeah. So we managed to blow water completely out of the bottom of the camper. It was interesting. But anyway, so we start out with the Cage Cold Silence, and that's a very easy way to segue into what we're doing tonight. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that album, if you don't mind?
Oh, yeah, that was back in the first 5 years of Shady Lady Studio Productions and Records. I was into kind of band management, booking and promotion of some bands. And one of them was Cage. And we worked together putting that album out. And I still think it's I still consider it just, one of the coolest things I've done in the 20 years of Shady Lady, without a doubt. Everybody was just, on spot and on cue and on fire through that whole project. Uh, just everything, the photos, the graphics, the songwriting, the recording, just everything. Everybody worked really well as a team to make that album happen, and I I love listening to it to this day. I think it's a album everybody should own.
I don't disagree. I still listen to I Deny a lot. And what's the other one I like? Crawl to Me. And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I haven't played them in a while.
Every
I haven't
song on there is a home run in my opinion. But
I haven't. I used to listen to it on my way to play duck hockey. I used to listen to like songs that would get me pumped up, and then this album
yeah,
came out, and I listened to it from front to back on my way to Murraysville, which is why it ended up on my mask.
right, exactly, perfect.
Also, the album cover on that, just a simple um, art figure, I guess is it.
Yeah,
I don't know the official title of it, but it's like how you draw figures in art. It's a little wooden doll type thing that you compose,
and
but it's really cool. And I'm not doing it
that
any justice.
well, and that was all done internally. I mean, that was set up and staged, and those photos were taken by Sherry at the time, and that became the album art, and it's really cool. And then the inset photos were taken by a photographer that we had hired to come down, and I believe that was done at either the Hard Rock or the Altar Bar. I don't remember actually, but took some live shots for that stuff. And like I said, everything was done internally on that project, and it was a very long project too, long and costly, but it paid off in the end. I think uh, band. I think we ended up breaking even, pretty much. And sadly, like literally, within a year of it being released, the band broke up, which was a bummer, but because those are great songs.
They definitely took a much heavier approach when Wally joined. And
Well, you say that. I also, I mean, there's some very mellow stuff on that album too,
that's
which
true.
I think is just beautiful. I mean, I think it really showcases just the what an incredible vocalist Wally really was. I mean, he could do it all, and I still think he was one of the best, without a doubt, frontmen in this scene I've ever seen. He just commanded the stage, but with his voice, his presence, and his songwriting, all of that.
I remember, and this might be a behind the scenes story that I shouldn't give, but Step 11 was here, and he and Jeff got in an argument, and they almost broke up on my show.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, and yeah, we did some recording at Jeff's up there in Leaper, PA, with the After the Fall of stuff back in the very early days of the Shady Lady Records part of the company. Yep.
In his attic studio.
Yep. Oh yeah, it was a really cool place. And then we all sat around and ate spaghetti.
See, I can't ask you what's the best spaghetti you have had because you're a musician.
Wow. Well, since we're talking about that, I'll say Jeff's spaghetti and Leaper. There you
go. So some of the other artists that we're going to listen to tonight, we're going to hear your band, Noble Hops, but we're also going to hear from James Levere, from my hometown, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Apollo.
Oh, okay. Vandergrift. He's right across the river.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And then we're going to do some RBJ, whose lead singer lives right outside my back door and across the street. And that's what I have. I couldn't find the After the Fall stuff. I have like minute-long cuts of them. And I tried to get them from Matt, and Matt said he only has one copy and it's hanging on his wall.
Well, then I let you down there because you were messaging me earlier about that, but I was busy helping the Fostering Music people out and taking care of that tonight. So I had kind of got my schedule a little wonkied up. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We have like 3 minutes in this segment. Let's talk about your company raises between $50,000 and $150,000 per year for charities, and Fostering Music is one of them. What are some others that you work with, and how did you choose them?
I wouldn't say that statement stands as true as it once did. We are pretty much just only associated with a couple of charities these days. And it's not that we even directly raised that, but we participated in it. But yeah, I actually saw that on the website earlier. I'm like, I should probably remove that because it's not as true today as it once was. But yeah, there was a time when we definitely were that involved and active in raising money for different causes.
For anyone who's not familiar, I'm going to do a little history between Utah and I here for a second. So, Build the Scene, actually, if you follow it back in history, started out as something called AK Music Scene, which was born out of TH Entertainment. We talked about this yesterday with Tim Henry and I. But the name AK Music Scene, Utah helped me pick, and purchased a domain. Still to this day, he's constantly backing what I do. Most recently, he bought some microphones that hopefully I'm going to get to implement here shortly. I'm talking to the artist Rat Bastard, who lives close to me, and I'm probably gonna go to his place and record with those mics. I've used them a couple times, not as often as I'd like. So if anybody would like me to come do remote interviews, let me know. That goes for you too.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm glad you're getting use out of them for sure. And I think we do some sponsorship with you too through, I don't know, 4 or 5 different entities. So
yes, and they're scrolling below me right now. There's one on Band Jam. So we have the Band Jam is listed there. Noble Hops, Shady Lady. I think Freeport Event Center might be in there. I can't
Uh,
remember.
Grassroots, probably.
Grassroots for sure.
Yeah.
But okay. So we have a minute now. Um, tell me. Let's see. Tell me about the Most Spangled Banner in less than a minute.
Oh wow, that's gonna be tough to do, Bill. But
It,
very dear friend of ours, Mo Nelson, passed away. He had the Mo Nelson band. I always called him Captain Mo because he sailed. He had several sailing boats and sailed them from Key West to Baltimore all the time. Was really into that. He passed away, um, and I wrote a song for him. And in that song, I use a lot of his song lyrics and song titles in the last text he ever sent me. And we had a lot of very common thoughts and viewpoints of the world. And so it came out in the Most Spangled Banner. Don and I were doing a shot to him after he, and that's where it kicked off. That
you
was my
nailed that.
signal.
Nailed it. The alarm went off in my ears when you said it, and that's how it kicked off. So we're going to listen to the Noble Hops, the Most Spangled Banner, featuring the Mo Show, correct?
Yes, yeah, it's the Mo Show, but it's attributed to Noble Hops because, well, I wrote the song.
And we're also going to hear Life by the Numbers, and we will be right back. Hey, it's Bill. It's that time of the show where I'm going to spin the wheel, and Drusky Entertainment is going to give away 2 tickets to one of their shows, courtesy of a agreement they have with Music from the 412. This week's show is Toad the Wet Sprocket with Vertical Horizon at Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall in Munhall, Pennsylvania. It is a 7 p.m. door time. Show is 8 p.m. Once again, that is Wednesday, October 1st, and it is all ages. I have a whole bunch of names on there: Melissa Zunick, Tina Leydig, Jody Nide, Stacy Martin, Andrew Carr, Tina Leydig, Peggy Spiker, Melissa Zunick. I already shuffled them, so I don't know if I got them all in there. Tom Trainer, Stacy Martin. If you can see above me who is on the list. There we go. I'm going to hit shuffle 2 more times. I'm going to go ahead and spin, and we're going to find out who's headed to Toad the Wet Sprocket with Vertical Horizon at the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall on October 1st. And that winner is Melissa Zunick. Melissa, keep an eye on your email. You'll be receiving an email from me tonight and a follow-up email from Drusky Entertainment with information on how to get those tickets from them. For everybody else, we have lots more shows that you can win tickets for. Head to musicfromthe412.com/contest for more information on those concerts. It's Bill. We're back to episode number 793 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me tonight is Utah of Shady Lady Studios, Shady Lady Productions, Shady Lady Records. Which one of those? Like I type in Shady Lady Studio.com, and then I should know as much as anybody else that's going to take me to Shady Lady Productions.com. But which one do you actually prefer?
I mean, it's mostly referred to as Shady Lady Productions. That's how everybody knows it. That the studio was more the legal entity end of it, and it was to represent, because when I started, it was to represent basically a suite of services that we were looking to provide local musicians. So it could be management or booking or promotion or the record label end of it, events, all of that. So it was really more the legal aspect, and Shady Lady Productions was the, I guess, kind of where everything mostly fell. Although the record label is coming back again, and we're having a lot of fun with that.
What I want to do before I forget, I am going to switch screens on us for just a minute. Okay, so to our left in the video, I guess. Well, anyway, right side of your screen, maybe. I don't know. It's all backwards. Anyway, Shady Lady Productions.com is on the screen. Um, I see that you saw that I started to update some stuff and you carried through with more of it because you have more information than me.
And, and you know, I really want to get this out in this interview is that I've had no time through August. You know, I'm so busy through the summer with the big events that we do that I let the website just sit there and I did nothing with it. And I was quite surprised when I jumped on there and seeing that you had been updating it. And that's really cool, Bill. And thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciated.
So what I'm going to do here, and you, if you're watching from the beginning of the show, you saw some of these scrolling, and you'll see them scrolling in the next segment, and you'll see them towards the end of the show too. But these are some of the events that you have coming up, and you book
Just,
for. Let me scroll some more. There. um, you book for quite a few venues. Do you want to mention those and how they can get a hold of how bands can get a hold of you to play at some of those venues?
well, yeah, I mean, I guess on a just more of a local level, like your regular, uh, nightly gig type thing. We book for Liberty Corner Tavern. We do the acoustic, or actually the Thursday acoustic nights there, which are pretty popular. They've really gained a lot of traction. And it's just the first and third Thursday of every month. And we have an acoustic act there, and Freeport seems to love it. They come out and just go crazy for a couple hours a night. On every Friday, we do acoustic also at River Forest Country Club in Freeport as well. And we've been doing that for a couple years now. And that's has some pretty decent showings as well. And we've done comedy there. We've done full band shows there. Piano Man, uh, outdoor concerts, everything at River Forest. So that's always a good time. And then the local live music series at 11th Frame, which is every first and third Thursday or first and third Saturday of the month. And that's more of a club gig type show. So we bring in full bands for that. In the summer, kind of go a little bit softer with acoustic stuff, but usually it's, a duo, trio type thing because we try to do it outside. So those are kind of the venues I guess I book for. But we also do the main concerts for the Big Butler Fair, which is in Prospect, PA, always over the 4th. We've been doing the Moraine State Regatta at Lake Arthur for a couple years now as well. And of course, what's sort of become the flagship show replacing the Southern Fried Rock Show, which has been around for 20 years, is the Band Jam Grassroots Music Festival. And we do that out at Cooper's Lake Campground and Slippery Rock. And that's 3 days of local music. And that's really where I've been throwing a lot of my focus into and want to throw even more focus into because, we have almost 500 acres there and great sound and lighting company we've been working with through Lamat Productions. The Rock Station 97.7 WLAR is behind this whole thing. Great sponsors, including yourself. You've been sponsoring for a few years now. And it's really something we want to focus on and build and make big.
The, both of those that you just said were your main shows. I've been to a handful of both of them.
Yeah.
One of my favorite venues, and I know it's yours too, and unfortunately it's gone, is the Big Red Barn, Peter B's. Except for that pole down the middle, that used to frustrate me.
I'd take that poll back in a minute. What a fantastic venue. Great. What a rock and roll. Just not just rock and roll. That was a live music venue. And that's where I cut my teeth doing national shows at. We had, some nationals flow through there and some pretty successful shows back in the day.
As many times as I had been in that place, I was never upstairs. I never went up there.
Oh, wow.
And now I can't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what a great place. It was offered to me a couple times and I just was at a spot in my life where I couldn't do anything about that. And So I don't try not to look back on it and think about it too much because man, I'd sure love to have that place right now.
Um, so let's go see how far do I want to go back here. I mean, how about this? So we're gonna play James Levere. Am I saying his name correctly?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna play him next. How did you hook up with him? And we're gonna play the song "Hell of a Ride" if you want to talk
Yeah.
about it at all.
I mean, I've known Jim for a long time, and then we featured. He had that little acoustic thing or a band really called Folk Hammer that was going on. They wrote some really great album that he put out. We had him the grassroots show several times, and also featured on a cable show that we used to have called The Beat, which was on Armstrong Cable, and booked him a few times here. And then I'll never forget that they actually asked me to open for them one time, which I love it when people ask, and I don't get asked to be a part of shows very often. So I remember the ones I get asked to be a part of, and they were someone extended that invitation, and so he just reached out to me. He said, "I got some songs I'm sitting on, and I just wanted to see if you could help me with them." And so we went in and recorded three songs actually at the Leaning Studio of Green with Chris Rue
Brew
Dog
Dog.
Rouen. Yep. And one of them is still kind of in limbo. We just trying to figure out still how that should shake out. I mean, it's been a few years, but you know, Jim's busy. I'm busy. Jim doesn't live in the area anymore, but he wrote this song, "Hell of a Ride." Actually, co-wrote with a guy out of Nashville, and so we put together. We had Chris, had Rue Dog lay down the drums on it. I played bass. We brought in Rob Keller to lay down the guitar, and Jimmy came in and sang it.
Cool.
And
Hey, so
my friend Linda Weber did the album or song art for it.
she's the one who makes the Grassy Award, right?
She makes the Grassy Award, and so far she's done all the song art for Noble Hops as well, and helps me out tremendously with just graphics and stuff for Shady Lady. Yeah, she's awesome. Love her.
Hey, so we're gonna take our next break. We're just gonna go for about a minute, and we'll be right back with Utah on episode 793. Hey, it's Bill. We are on episode 793, segment number 3, with Utah from Shady Lady Studio and off the air. Although, before I even go there, did you notice most of the flyers that were rotating there were your shows?
Yeah, yeah, I
That was on
appreciate that.
purpose. It's not normal. Normally, there's more randomness to it, but tonight there's anything that's happening this coming week, and then all of your stuff. But all right, so off the air, we were talking about the last time you were on, which was a show you actually requested, and I saved for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you for that.
That was number 666.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "I want to do that show." I was like, "Okay."
And I was trying not to do another episode with you because I've done several. Thank you very much. And I remember I even asked the members of my band because they play in different bands if they wanted to to do it, sent them the dates, and so here I am. I'm doing it. So man,
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know if I got my point across on the grassroots yesterday as clearly as I was trying. Like, between you and Matt, that's and Tim for pushing me in the right direction. That's really where this started. Was the three of you. So,
that was a
so
good
thank you.
episode with you. Yep.
I was impressed with myself. I didn't say as much as I thought I did, and I didn't
Yeah.
have my nervous laugh as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, Bill, I've noticed your interview skills have your and host skills have improved greatly.
Yes. In the
Yes,
beginning,
yeah,
they were terrible. Now I
you
make fun of
sound
myself while I'm doing it.
you sound much better. There's no doubt about it. It's noticeable because I've been listening for 21 years.
You have been in this room and performed.
Yeah, we don't want to bring that night up.
Um,
that was we were yeah we don't want to bring that up. The bum days, Bruce, Utah, and
yes.
Marty. Yeah.
I think I covered that recently by saying that it was basically a house party, and the show got progressively less understandable as it went on.
It was bad. Yeah, we thought we were yeah, we didn't realize at the time.
Well, on top of things, that was pretty early on, and I was running the mixer, and I didn't know what I was doing either.
Yeah, you can. If that one was to get erased from your archives, I'd be fine with that.
I still have it. Not to show. I still have you performing.
Not good.
Are you telling me I should just cross that off of the list tonight?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I got a
didn't put
I got
it in
a
there.
friend. I got a friend who's got some video of me in Key West one night that she better never ever ever show anybody.
I'm the last time I dared Jazz, he went and drank a sour toe cocktail. So now I'm going to dare him to get that video.
That's where I'm at on his episodes. I haven't had time to start that one yet, but I'm all caught up to there. Love what he does.
That is actually my dad's fault. My dad went to Alaska, and on his way through the Yukon, he did that, and I mentioned it to Jazz,
Yeah.
and he's like, "We're going." I'm like, "I'm not going."
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah. All right, so 20 years in, what are some of your best memories? And that's a really wide open question. I apologize.
Yeah, that's pretty wide open, but uh I mean, definitely the excitement and the thrill of starting it all, and getting things going. And the a big part of the history was we were a sound company for a lot of it because that's what actually ended up paying the bills. It wasn't people coming to shows, and the sound company ended up paying the bills. So I remember, Jeff Knabb is the one who taught me how to run sound. And I remember, getting all the equipment I needed and getting it in and learning how to use it. And Jeff always helped me understand what the process was and how to make things work.
I
And
remember correctly, he was in Fat Henry, correct?
yeah, Fat Henry Band and AK Soul, probably one of the best bands. The short-lived band, but man, were they good, man. Lenny Collini, Matt Ross, Scott Knapp, and Jeff Knapp. They were phenomenal back in the day. So, and the Fat Henry Band. Oh man, what was now? Their name is escaping me now. Very famous band from this area. Uh, yeah, he played keyboards and sang in the band. Old like doo-wop group. The name is escaping me right now. But he was a member of
Yeah, think
that
of
for
it.
many years. Shoot, I know who they are. It's just escaping me at the moment. But yeah, he helped me with all that, and it's sad he is no longer with us. Oh, he played with Mia Z also. In fact, they were the very first performers ever at the band jam after we resurrected that show with the rock station. So part of that had him down at the Mellon Square concert series also with her. So, and speaking of Mellon Square, yeah, those times were great too because Spud and Stretch were were the road crew at the time, and they were just so young, and 8-year-olds coiling cables and carrying speakers and doing all that every Thursday for the noontime lunch concert was always cool. And
That coiling cable thing, that's not an easy task. I'm still trying to get my son to
yeah,
figure that out.
yeah, it's funny if you watch me shuffle a deck of cards, you'd be like, he doesn't know what he's doing, but I'm shuffling the cards, and people watch me coil a cable and are like, that's not how you do it. And I'm like, I'm doing the same thing you are. It's just my method's a little bit different. So it's kind of funny.
I do
But
over, under, over, under, over, under.
those uh those were some of my favorite times, just being with them and getting to do that. And we already talked about the Cage Cold Silence experience. Peter B's, there's too many good memories from there. I mean, man, we had a lot of fun. Just so many shows and so many people, so many artists. I mean, hundreds, just hundreds and hundreds of people I've worked with through the years. And of course, meeting Bob Cupp and starting the Grassroots show, huge, big stuff. Bob is such a badass. Um, the rock doctor on the rock station 97.7. His knowledge of music is incredible. And then
And
just also,
you can also hear him announce the Slippy Rock football games too.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And then of course, just a lot of the people I've met, and a good bit of them I've had the privilege to even get to make music with, Rob Keller, Jennifer Lynn Baker, Chris Compton, Zach Ravito, guys in my band now, Johnny Sleeves Costa, the Brad, and Tony Villela, just awesome people. It's been wonderful getting to experience a lot of things musically related with them. And of course, I know that's more about the band aspect of it than Shady Lady, but um, I did use the record company to sign my own band. Got to handle the money some way, right?
Okay, last question for you. So you're 20 years in. Where do you see it down the road? Where are you headed with the company?
I was literally going to hang it up after 20 years. And it was fairly recently. I was pretty convinced I was just done with it. But I've decided I'm going to run it for at least 5 more years. There's a bunch of new opportunities that have opened up. And I still really do enjoy it. I get a lot of satisfaction out of, the feedback that I get from people who are just like, we love the show you put on, and we love the music that you help get known. I think I said it on the Grassroots show. I think the legacy of the company will actually be just bridging so many gaps between different music scenes and introducing people to, musicians to other musicians that may have not met otherwise. You know, I think that's going to be it, and it's just made things get even bigger than they could have been. That'll be our legacy, I think.
I just realized that beep is coming through different speakers, and you heard it, right?
Yes, I heard it. Yep.
Yeah. Whoops. I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
have to
my time up, right?
fire my production company.
Oh yeah. Well, me too.
Me.
I know that. Yeah, me.
Um, so that is what that meant, but I'm also the producer, so
In charge.
yeah, it's my show, and I'm gonna do. I used to say that a lot. We're gonna play country because it's my show and I want to. So the last two songs we're gonna play are both Rockabilly Junction. I have Southern Skies and Shifting Gears queued for us. Both of those are off of an album that you put out.
Well, I was just Rockabilly Junction put it out, but it was
Right.
under the Shady Lady Records moniker, and that was one of the bands that I was kind of managing back in the early days, first 5 years of Shady Lady. I got out of all of that because, yeah, managing bands, whew, good luck with that.
I've
That's
had people
that's
ask me to do that, and I laugh at them.
yeah. Good luck with that to anybody who can do it. Um, but yeah, the funny thing too is Southern Skies. That's the very first song that we ever played on the Grassroots show, which first aired July 1st in 2012. And that was the song we played.
I do want to mention that I made my kids listen to the Grassroots show yesterday, and when they heard me talk about my 55 Ford comment, and then
Yeah.
I explained it, and they all started giggling. They were like, "You're right, it really is." So
That's cool. That was a great story, though. It really was. And I understand that. I mean, that's kind of why I've shifted some focus over to, using the Noble Hops band, which is coming up on 15 years actually in November, and redirected it towards my original music because, when I alluded to it earlier, when Mo passed, I mean, he's gone. I'll never have another conversation with him again. But he left his music behind, and we still have that. And I hadn't been doing that. My focus, I'm always busy with everybody else and everything else, and never took time to make sure that what I was doing got done. And that shifted my focus. I mean, I'd rather he was still here. So don't get me wrong. It's not like so thank God, Mo died, so I got all this stuff done. It ain't like that at all. But it was,
it was a turning point.
It definitely was.
So I want to thank you for hanging out with me and for being such a huge part in what I do. I don't think I expressed that enough. So
You do, Bill.
you.
You do, Bill. And the thanks goes your way as also. I mean, you've been at it way longer than anybody else I know, actually. And people, take advantage of what you have to offer. It's you're passionate about it. You're going strong. You're getting better and better with everything that you put out year after year. So
Make sure. Thank you. I was always switching into marketing you, but thank you. Make sure you go to shadyladyproductions.com, noblehopsmusic.com. Did I get that one right?
yeah. Although I got to fix that up too.
Okay, don't go to that one for a few hours.
I was working on Shady Lady Productions today, but I had some issues, and I'm trying to figure them out without bothering you.
Well, give me about an hour and a half, and then I can answer questions.
It's past my bedtime.
Hey, with that said, we're going to listen to Rockabilly Junction, Southern Skies, and Shifting Gears. Once again, thank you, Utah, and make sure you join us next week. You're going to hear who's on in a moment on the radio show because I pre-recorded that part, but because I always forget, and now I remember. But with that said, this has been episode 793, and we'll catch you next time.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you. You as well.